Welcome, freaks and geeks! How are you? Did you eat? Did you drink water? Did you do the time warp again? When this episode releases, I'll be heading to my girlfriend's college for a second chance prom. If you don't know, second chance prom is a dance some colleges throw to allow students to experience prom as their authentic selves. For many LGBTQ plus people, this looks like being able to bring their partners, dress in a gender-affirming way, and spend time with other queer people. As I requested the song Time Warp to be played at the dance, I started to think about the joy and the importance of intentionally spending time with the gays as a gay. Growing up in a Midwest Republican state, I had very few LGBTQ plus people in my life. Until I found other queer people in high school, I felt very isolated and othered in the spaces I was in. Being around others like me is a precious gift that I refuse to take for granted. Therefore, in honor of hanging out with other outcasts and finding joy in community, today we will be talking about the 1975 cult classic, The Rocky Horror Picture Show. The Rocky Horror Picture Show first began as a London play but made its way to Hollywood with their creator Richard O'Brien. The plot begins with a wedding where we meet two of the characters, Brad and Janet. This is not Brad and Janet's wedding, but they end up engaged after everyone leaves the ceremony, besides Riff Raff and Magenta. Happy as can be, they decide to share the news with their favorite college professor, Dr. Everett V. Scott. While driving to his house, the couple's car breaks down, instead leaving them to find the secluded house of the eccentric Dr. Frankenfurter. There, they stumble upon the oddities and curiosities of a very queer-coded party. Very quickly, they meet the iconic Dr. Frankenfurter, who shows them his latest obsession, Rocky. The movie continues with fun, scandalous, musical scenes showing us the fluidity and the queerness of all the characters. I believe that something the film highlights so well is that it does not need to be a cinematic masterpiece to be good. I've watched this movie countless times and shown it to several other people, and no one, not even me, fully understands the plot. In fact, what I think a lot of the audience gets from it is its iconic lines, shameless thoughts and feelings, and bold fashion choices. The script did not need to be perfect, or the set design did not need to be impeccable, though it was, for people to be drawn to the mystery and the frivolous characters of Rocky Horror. In one of the last songs of the camp musical, I'm Going Home, Dr. Frankenfurter talks about how he felt misunderstood no matter where he was. This song is an anthem for finally finding where you feel comfortable. To any gay or trans person watching this movie, it hits home in such a beautiful way. You're reminded of what this specific isolation feels like and how lonely being different can be. This made it the perfect film to bring the queers together. Ever since its original release, fans of Rocky Horror have crowded local theaters to celebrate everything the movie is and stands for. Fishnet tights, bold makeup, and gay people absolutely living it up in their full authenticity. In making these showings full events, LGBTQ people have been bringing each other together. I know that even in my Midwest town, I can go to a Rocky Horror show and find my people. How beautiful and how strong is it to take a movie about exclusion and use it for inclusive joy? And how thrilling is it to be proudly different in a safe space? In 2025, a documentary was released about the behind the scenes of the showy film. Strange Journey by Linus O'Brien, son of Richard O'Brien, shows the inspiration and emotions that went behind Rocky Horror's creation. One of my favorite facts is that Richard O'Brien, while obviously being inspired by rock music, was also inspired by B-horror movies. While I don't know everything about B-horror movies, I'm starting to develop a love for them as I watch Elvira's movie Macabre Show. But more importantly, O'Brien's inspiration came from himself. According to him, the voice of the people is the theater and the poets and the writers. That's the job. It's to give a voice to the voiceless. It was very cathartic writing Rocky Horror in ways that I can now understand. Being a transgender human being myself, it was very cathartic, but I didn't know that at the time. I ended up getting my own voice through it. I was indulging myself, pleasing myself, and nobody else. Nobody was looking over my shoulder. Nobody was telling me what to do. It was a work of juvenilia, for my own enjoyment, filled with the strengths that come with adolescent joys. And then the audience got a hold of it. I often forget how sometimes the best content comes from people just creating what they want to consume. This is one of my favorite parts about being a queer person. We create the lives that we want to experience. We choose our families, we create shows that give us the representation we've missed, and we surround ourselves with other gays and theys. During a time of such politically motivated suppression, it's important now more than ever that we band together to experience joy. Dan Savage, American author and LGBTQ+ activist, stated, "During the darkest days of the AIDS crisis, we buried our friends in the morning, we protested in the afternoon, and we danced all night. The dance kept us in the fight because it was the dance we were fighting for. I could not, and do not, want to imagine a world in which I can't ever find my queer peers. I don't want to sit back and let the celebration of differences be ripped away from us." The Rocky Horror Picture Show has two strong messages, both the one the movie shares and the one fans have given it. One, we're all a little strange, and two, we must embrace our strangeness together. This was even a sentiment voiced by Richard O'Brien when he said, "Don't give up on yourself. To give up on yourself is a crime. Remember that you're not alone. We have to keep waving the rainbow banner as much as we can. We have to stand together. We have to understand that we're not alone. Because it's very frightening. I weep for America, I do. I literally weep for America. You've been betrayed. But you have to know the rest of the world is with you. You must hold to your community, keep close to your friends, and keep speaking up for democracy." So, keep on letting your freak flag fly. Wear the over-the-top outfits, sing rock and roll, and fight for your rights. Well, Transylvanians, our time today is coming to an end. Just remember, don't judge a book by its cover. Bye, y'all!